welcome back to another video. Well, adding another one to the fleet. Adding another tractor to the farm. This one will be new to us. It's used. Only a few hours. I think it's coming from out of Illinois. We have one 6000. And we needed another tractor for the South Farm to run the rakes and everything. And figured, hey, this one was actually for a pretty good price. It's a 130. So let's actually take a look at it and see what it looks like. It looks like it comes already ready, just in case we want to put forks on it. I doubt we will, since its main job is supposed to be in front of a rake. It needs to have enough horsepower to run the rakes, since the rakes that we run, they run off of hydraulics. So it's a neat little tractor. It's actually smaller than our other 6000. But let's take a look inside, shall we? It's a newer model. Looks like we got a interesting shifter right here. Oh yeah, we got the ABC shifter. It's actually a lot different than our other one. Hydraulics are here on the side. It's actually kind of cool, I guess. Pretty interesting. Got a joystick right here. Probably a couple customizable buttons right here, maybe, or that's probably throttle. But pretty neat. I think it's a decently basic model, so nothing too fancy. But nonetheless, this tractor is gonna, I don't know why this back window was open. It was open when I got here. But this will be a really nice tractor to have in front of the rake. It's a perfect size tractor, I think. Nice, nice. I like it. What we got here? Some random cables, maybe? But anyways, new tractor. First thing that we're doing with it, yeah, we're taking it to Bravo's detailing. They're gonna put some window tint in this tractor. They do it all. So that's where I'm going with this thing. Oh, this is all sorts of fancy. Oh, I guess we activate custom for now. No idea what any of that stuff does. But where can we see it? Where's the engine? Alright, 306 hours. That's how much this tractor has on it. Not bad at all. Well, I guess that's a little bit of a bummer. This tractor doesn't go 35 like the other one, or what is it, like 32, 33 miles an hour? This tractor looks like it's capped out at like 27. Oh well, that's fine. Not a big deal. It's only supposed to be in front of the rake anyway. We don't rake 27 miles an hour, so we're good. This tractor has a couple of neat features. I actually was messing around with this joystick a little bit. I feel like I would love this joystick in our other 6000. I feel like it would be easier to handle than the other one. Because this one it's similar to a loader, so it has that this little orange deal right there. You can flip it forward and reverse. You don't have to always mess with the handle right here on the side of the steering column. So that's actually kind of neat. I feel like if we would ever put forks on here, that it probably would actually be pretty fast. I feel like you could be just as fast as the other 6000. It doesn't have as big floaters on it like the other one, so it would be a little rougher down the field, but not too bad. It's still got really good tires on it, so I think it's going to be a perfect tractor. It does look like spacing on this tractor is quite wide. We might have to put it a little bit narrower, just so that we don't drive on the hay on each side of the tractor. But once it gets down south to our other farm, then we'll have to take a look at it and see how much narrower we need to put it, or if we even do it. You know, I'm not quite sure how wide the swaths are or how close it gets, but that bridge we're going to have to cross when we get there. Well, there she is, ready to get some window tint. She'll stay here for a few days while we get back to regular work. Gonna do a little welding project today. What we're doing today is converting another well from 3-inch to 2-inch. So I just need a little bit of 2-inch pipe, which we got some right here. I think there's just some more 2-inch pipe right there. Yeah, I got 2 more pieces right there if I need it. Looks like I got a couple more pieces down there if I need it. And since I'm converting it from 3-inch to 2-inch, normally I would put a 2-inch check valve on there, but there's still a really good 3-inch check valve on there from many years ago that we put one on there. So I'm not gonna bother replacing that one. So instead of spending more money there, I'm just going to, there's a 3-inch pipe that comes out. I'm just gonna reduce that to a 2-inch, and I wanna see if we have a little fitting in here. I think we do, yeah. This guy right here, I believe this is what I can use. 3-inch on that side, I can weld it on this side, and then 2-inch pipe can weld on this side. I think that'll work just fine. Forgot that we had one of these in there, figured, hey, perfect time to use it. It's been sitting in the barn for a few years. We forgot that we had it. Could have used it a couple times actually, but hey, no better time to use it than now. So I think that'll work pretty good. All right, here's the next little project. We don't need 3-inch pipe in this well. Main reason why we're switching it all, we took all the pipes out of there and put poly down the well. Main reason why we're switching it all is because this guy right here, flip it over. Yeah, it's very thin. I was able to almost hit a hole in it with the hammer. And so we would need a whole new piece right here, a whole new elbow coming up out of the well. So instead of using a new 3-inch, I love dealing with 2-inch a lot more, so we're converting it. Already got this new knee in here, got a valve right here. We just need one little fitting right here, and that's gonna be this right here. We're gonna chop this in half, and then we'll screw this piece into that gate valve, and then this dresser will come over that side and connect to the other 2-inch pipe on this side. So I think we're gonna chop it off. See, that's still a really good one. It doesn't leak or anything, so I'm gonna chop it off. I don't know, it doesn't have to go too far. Just give me enough room to weld and everything. Somewhere around right here, I'll chop it off, and then I'll put my little bowl. I'll put this little guy at the end of it, like so. Weld it on, and then there I got 2-inch. I'm gonna leave that grinder right there. If you want to grind the edge of that pipe over there, get a little bevel on it. I just already finished grinding this one. Put a nice little bevel on there. Now this guy should be perfect right here. I'm not too picky on it. I can level it, flatten it out on that side. So as long as this is straight, I'll weld this one on. And then once this side's welded on, then we'll get to that side. I am slowly learning to weld better and better. My welds are still terrible. It's still not good by far, but you know, self-learning. That is my favorite way to learn. It's just to be thrown into it, and I'll learn myself. I don't like someone teaching me on paper. I like just looking at it and doing it myself, messing up a bunch of times, and then getting better as the days go by. So I've slowly taught myself to weld, and I think I've gotten decent enough, and it holds water. I've gotten better to where it doesn't leak as much anymore as it used to. So we'll get this guy tacked on, and then we'll move over to the well side. All right, let's crank it up and see how bad it leaks. 12.5 amps, I think that's right. Pretty sure that's right, yeah. For how much it feels like it. How much air is blowing, yeah, I think that's right. Make sure this valve is open. I think it was closed earlier. This valve closed, or do you know, stand right there. Stand right there. There we go. Yeah, I'll spray you with water right there. But that happened a few times, and every time it's been hilarious. It's never not. There it is. This might be leaking a little bit because we could screw it on tighter, but we could only screw it on another 90 degrees. After that, it got way too tight. We couldn't put it any tighter, and I do not want this valve on the side like this. So it might be leaking it for a little bit until it gets, I don't know, rusted shut maybe, or maybe something gets in there where it kind of holds water, but it won't be like that for long. But looks like my welds are good. That's not leaking. This gate valve is leaking, but that should be fine. Nice, first little project done. We are currently not irrigating, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. We're letting this plant root down a little bit before we give them some moisture. Oh, we might start, it's Friday right now, we might start cranking up the pivots on Monday. We just barely did our final burn down, or not burn down, our final shot of herbicide with a residual. So all the weeds that are up right now, they should be dying, and then we got one residual down, and we need to water that in about ½ an inch. Within 14 days we need to water it in. So I think Monday we're gonna crank up the pivots, pump some fertilizer through the pivot, get some fertilizer, get some nitrogen down on the peanuts. And for today, the next project, we just started wheat harvest. We do own a combine. We use it for harvesting corn down south, but moving it back and forth, that's a little tricky. We just always, for around here, for our wheat, we just hire someone to come out and harvest it. So the guy's gonna start harvesting today. We had a little bit of rain in the morning, or it was a little drizzly, and then it was very humid yesterday morning, so he wasn't able to harvest yesterday. I think he did a little bit in the evening though, but not much. But today he's full on thrashing wheat. So after lunch, I'm gonna go head over there, hook onto a seed tender. Yes, when not a grain cart, seed tender with my truck. Combine's gonna dump it to the seed tender, and then from the seed tender I'm gonna dump that into, or we're gonna put it all into our silos. Gotta put some insecticide stuff onto the wheat to keep the wheat from dying from bugs and stuff, getting eaten up and everything. So that's the plan after lunch. Seed tender was full when I got here, so it's emptied. Now time to go be a grain cart, go chase down that combine and go get a load of wheat. Luckily, you know, field is right here, not even half a mile away, literally right beside it. So I'm gonna go find me a combine and go get me some seed. And we're trying something new this year. I guess not really trying, just doing. Normally all the trash from wheat or anything that comes out the back end of the combine, we usually just let it just spread it out over the field, you know, and it's next year's fertilizer or whatever. But someone wanted the wheat hay. I guess you could call it hay. It's not forage or anything, but it's just hay. Someone wanted it, so someone's out here baling it. So now we got a little path of straw right there. Looks kind of cool. There's still plenty of stubble on the field, so I don't think it's hurting it taking it off of the field, because the stubble is really nice to have here. It acts as a really nice cover, and we like the stubble. He's cut a little lower than normal, I think just for that reason, to get more of the hay off the field. And that I do actually like, that he's cutting lower. A big reason is because when planting it, then you don't have, you know, 1.5 to 2 foot tall stubble to plant through. Now you're cutting, you know, that much of a stubble. I feel like it does a cleaner job planting. There's not as much trash for the trash cleaners to move out the way. There was one field that I planted this year that we had wheat stubble like that on last year, and the trash cleaners were struggling a little bit. They still did a good job, but they were definitely struggling. So taking this hay off the field plus getting a little bit of extra money off to the side, not bad. It probably will pay for itself, but kind of cool. And I've never done something like this before, so pretty neat seeing some straw laying across the field like little windrows, as if we were to have swapped it. But found the combine over there. Yeah, it's a red one. Well, not quite a full load. He did one pass, and that gave him, or the seed tender is now 10,000 acres, or 10,000 pounds. So not bad for one round. 10,000 pounds of seed for one round. Not bad. I mean, it's yielding pretty good. I think we'll be happy with it. One thing's for certain though, this wheat definitely grew a lot taller than what we wanted to. We irrigated it pretty heavily. We wanted lots of seed. We're needing lots of seed for all the cover that we do in our area. And I wish there was a way you could pick wheat like you could cotton. Cotton, you can put some plant growth regulator on it, and the cotton stays a little shorter and makes more fruit. This wheat, it was every bit of, like, I would say at least 4 or 5 foot tall in some areas. So it got really tall. I wish it would make more seed and not grow as tall. But this is one benefit though, because now if we're baling it, we're still making lots of money on the bales and bales itself. So we might be gaining a little less seed, but at least we get a little extra money from the bales. I guess before I actually start filling, let's actually climb to the top and see how full we are. I climbed up there earlier and we're getting pretty close to full. It's not all the way there, but I want to double check before I all of a sudden start overfilling it. We're pretty close, but we got plenty of room. Man, it's kind of fun being a grain cart. That's well, I guess it's first load that I brought in there, but the seed tender was full when I got here, so time for another load. This first bin is nearly full. Maybe one more seed tender, maybe half of one. I don't know. Well, we can pump a little bit more in there, and then this first one will be full. This middle one is still halfway full from last year, and then the third one is all the way empty. So this first bin here started out completely empty when we started this field, and it's looking like this field, it's gonna make one full silo full, maybe even a little more. So that's actually really good. That's more wheat than what we were expecting. That's one silo full. This one here is still like 3/4, so not sure. We might move it to that one, start on that one, or we might just top this one off. But regardless, I'm gonna move the auger. Well, all right then. That's great. that just broke. Luckily I was barely done, and I was gonna try to hook it back up, and then just decided to rip. Safety squints. There it is. Luckily, we actually have a place to store this, so it's not just gonna be flopping around or flying around anywhere. It actually has a place for this back here. So, I can just have that sitting there, find a way to secure it back here to where it's not gonna go anywhere, and we should be good to go. All right, I'm gonna call it for today. I think 1C tender can manage it now. I just unhooked mine back there, but before I go home, I'm gonna have to go pull out my dad first. He got stuck with his truck. He didn't put on four-wheel drive, and I guess it was a little softer than what he thought, so got stuck with the full load. I'm gonna go pull him out real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Hey, so earlier you were asking me to be part of the video, so
yes,
did you want me to start putting in the video now or later?
And now do you want me to be part of this video, huh? Just because I'm stuck.
Yeah. But
that's
before
funny.
Before that I was gonna exclude you, but now that
now you want me, huh?
Yeah, now you're good content.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Oh, you really buried it, huh? Oh my gosh.
It's buried.
Uh-oh, well, I guess I'll pull out. You want me to pull you from behind or pull you
from behind? Yeah, just backwards.
All right. Got my chain on this side right here. Yeah, the other day I had to cut a little piece off of it for my cable on the planter.
We'll just do it on hook.
I'll have to back up a little bit more. I got my 4x on. There we go. There we go. Got her unstuck. He was in four-wheel drive low, but that wasn't giving him enough RPMs to actually get some momentum or get some speed or whatever. So we put him back in four-wheel drive high, traction control off. Then the truck actually let go of its sensors and let you actually spin and actually get your throttle going. So we got him unstuck. He'll be going now for maybe he's getting close to done. A little bit of rain chances, but right now 1C tender can keep up pretty good. So I'm gonna call it here for this video. As always, I do appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.